Until the end of the 70s, not much has essentially changed in the electrode technology. Then in 1977, the first electrode cap system was introduced. For the first time, a method with true deepening electrodes was available for clinical EEGs. This occurrence has revolutionized the EEG examination. Precision and the practical applicability made the electrode caps to an indisputable instrument. Today, GVB JeliMate offers a large range of SPAS caps that allow to enforce EEG recordings with most modern technology. SPAS MED CAP produces 15 different head caps. 8 head caps for infants and children in head ranges from 22 up to 46 cm, and 7 head caps for adults in head ranges from 46 up to 62 cm, which are provided for the 1020 system. Each head cap is designed for the intraoperative use and the use with typographically EEG devices for brain mapping. There are also brain mapping systems with specifically defined positioning points and wirings. SPAS MED CAP manufactures head caps on request with only 4 up to 256 electrodes. Head caps are also available for research purposes like sleep research, long-time monitoring, ambulatory telemetry and veterinarian research. Now we show you the preparation of a patient as well as the later cleaning with application of a SPAS MED CAP head cap system. First of all, connect the color-coded electrode board plug with the electrode board like illustrated. At the beginning of the application, place the body harness around the chest of the patient. Close the growth straps and check whether the snaps lie in front and in the center of the chest. Here you can see how the belt is positioned correctly. The circumference of the head is measured with a special color-coded measuring tape or an ordinary metric measuring tape. The measuring tape is wrapped around the patient's head approximately 2.5 cm above the nasion and also 2.5 cm above the inion, the permanent bump on the backside of the head. The color-coded tape will indicate the color of the proper head cap. When using a metric tape, the size range is printed on the label of each cap. In order to protect patients and operators, protection gloves shall be worn for the rest of the application. The ear electrode will be clipped onto the earlobe. Next step to do is take a special measurement from the forehead to the backhead. To assure the correct placement of the front electrodes, measure for the FP line. Measure the distance from the nasion to the inion. Write down this distance and displace the decimal point about 1 position to the left. For example, 36 measured centimeters turns to 3.6 centimeters. Then measure 3.6 centimeters up from the nasion and mark the FP line. The placement points of the FP1 and FP2 electrodes you will find by a similar procedure. For example, 59 centimeters turns to 5.9 centimeters. Adjust this resulting measurement to a measurement circle. Place the circle evenly between the middle marker. Lines are drawn vertically and horizontally on the extended FP line. Place the sponge disc over the FP1 and FP2 marks. The discs absorb perspiration and reduce movement of the electrodes. Now, the head cap can be placed on the head of the patient. Set the FP1 and FP2 electrodes into the sponge discs on the forehead. Pull the head cap over the head from front to back until it is tight. Secure the cap straps on the body harness in crossover direction. To avoid disturbances when recording, double-check that the belt has been pulled tightly and secured. Work each electrode onto the scalp to move disturbing hair from beneath the electrode mount. The head cap must be fit tightly and centered on the head. Attach the connector end of the head cap to the electrode board connector. Connect the A1 and A2 ear electrodes into the correct position of the electrode board. Next, you prepare the electrode points of the head cap. The syringe must be filled with 3 up to 5 mm of electrode gel. This is the normal amount you need to fill the electrodes on the cap. Press the white mount of the electrode with the middle finger on the scalp. Insert the blunt needle into the electrode hole. Lifting the needle slightly from the scalp and inject the electrode gel into the mount until a small amount of gel comes out of the hole. While holding the electrode, place the opposite index finger on the top of the syringe. Using moderate down pressure, move the syringe back and forth. Wipe off the surplus gel. Continue this procedure until all electrode points are prepared. A moderate pressure suffices in order to roughen the skin and becomes a proper electrode resistance. Too much pressure can cause bleedings on the scalp that can result to wrong measurements. After the preparation of all electrode points, you must check the impedance of the electrodes. Spes Medica has produced head caps that are compatible with all EEG devices from leading manufacturers. Because of that, you can modify your test systems individually. The impedance measurement of the electrodes should be in the normal scale of the impedance area. Normally, this area is displayed by a green bar on your EEG device. If the impedance of an electrode is not in the normal scale, you must fill this electrode with electrode gel and roughen the scalp with a blunt needle again until the impedance of this electrode is in the normal scale. In case that is not working, you can use a bridging electrode, a so-called quick insert electrode. This quick insert electrode is bridging the deficiently electrode on the electrode board. If you have checked the adjustment of the electrodes, place a neck rule in the neck of the patient. This prevents that the electrodes will not rub on the chair or the bed. That could lead to faulty measurements. Now we have completed the positioning and preparation of the head cap. Here are the steps that we covered. Place the body harness on the patient. Measure the circumference of the head. Attach the ear electrode. Measure and mark the FP line. Place sponge disc on FP1 and FP2 marks. Slip the head cap onto the patient's head. Attach cap straps to the body harness. Connect the cap connector to the electrode board. Fill and roughen each electrode. Check the impedance of the electrodes. Place a neck rule under the patient's head. Interferences may appear during the test. The most interferences can be eliminated by refilling the electrodes and re-roughen the scalp. If the interferences continue, a quick insert electrode shall be placed instead of the faulty electrode. This quick insert electrode will be fixed by an adhesive strap on the cap surface. Remove the defective plug and replace it with a new quick insert electrode plug. If the impedance of all electrodes is too high, the grounding electrode must be checked. In order to avoid impulse disturbances that were generated by veins, you must move the electrode until the impedance of this electrode is in the normal area. The measurement is followed by the cleaning of the head cap. When the measurement is finished, remove the neck roll. Detach the head cap and remove the gel from the forehead, hair and ears. The remaining gel will be removed by the next hair wash.